Hello, and thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're ready to take your online results to the next level. My name is Bob Berry, and I'm the creator of the Human Computer Mastermind Academy and the Human Computer Mastermind System. I'm an e-learning and user experience author, consultant, developer, and teacher. My creative and professional focus is the art and science of human-computer interactions and how that man-machine interface drives so much of what happens in the world today, and that includes the online programs and endeavors that you and your team are involved in. This e-workshop that you're about to view will show you how to produce vastly better business results with the online interactive systems you present to your prospects, users, and customers. So much of what we're all trying to accomplish now relies heavily on an effective, relevant, and engaging interactive presence or set of online programs or virtual interfaces with real people in the real world. Mastering the principles in this workshop is critical for almost any business, profession, venture, or endeavor you choose to pursue. Now, throughout this material, I'll refer to the IPG, which stands for Interactive Panels of Glass. There are literally billions of IPGs in the world today, and I want to help you master the best ways to present those to the people that determine your success. That includes all of the information and value that you put behind those panels of glass for the world to see, use, and consume. I'll also refer to HCI repeatedly, which of course stands for Human-Computer Interactions, as well as the extensive science of how people use, interact with, and apply technology on all their devices in their daily lives and work. So, let's take a look at the future and consider where all these human-computer interactions are headed. Do we think the computer interfaces are going to get simpler? I don't think so. We should be prepared for artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, voice controls, and countless new gadgets, widgets, features, and functions. So, will your business or your endeavors rely less on interactive programs? I don't think that's going to happen either. With an ever-increasing portion of businesses, including transactions, moving online, more and more of what we do is going to be entirely digital and virtual. Do we think users are going to be less sophisticated or less demanding in what they put behind and use on their little panels of glass? No, that's not happening either. Worldwide, people are becoming more aware of, more dependent upon, and in some cases even more addicted to their devices and their panels of glass. Do we think device features and functions are going to get simpler or dumber? We all know that's not going to happen. If you look at an iPhone or an Android from just a few years ago compared to today, it's amazing how much things have advanced. Everybody now carries a miniature supercomputer in their pocket. So what about internet and broadband speeds? Are those going to slow down? No, I don't think so. We're already starting to see 5G, increasing bandwidth in public places. We already have Wi-Fi on airplanes, hotspots on our phones, and we all have these huge data plans. What about your competitors? Are they going to get dumber and care less about this? No, that's not happening either. The tools and systems that I'm going to share with you are getting easier, cheaper, faster, and more intelligent. And they're available to everyone, and that includes all of your competitors. So clearly the future is going to get more complex, higher speeds, and users are going to demand more and more from us. I want to get into more details, but first let me tell you a little bit more about me. From my hometown here in Colorado Springs, at the base of Pikes Peak, I write, teach, develop online learning systems, and conduct a variety of in-depth research for all kinds of clients across the globe, and I've done that for the last 20 years. All of this is focused on helping businesses and professionals master their own public human-computer dynamics. Since the early days of the internet and the web in the mid-90s, I've worked directly with hundreds of clients, their thousands of users, and all the interactive systems. Here are just a few of the global rock stars that I've worked with in this graphic. I can show you how to make human-computer interactions visible, and then I'll show you a brilliant, insightful, and proven art and science with a focused, well-defined set of interaction principles that you can apply to take all you do online to the next level. So before we get into the details, I want to start with an overview of what I call the 5 core truths of HCI, of human-computer interactions. And then we're going to unpack each one of those and go into them in more detail to learn how they determine your online success. So this learning system and the entire methodology that it teaches is based on these 5 core truths of HCI, and here they are. Truth number 1, much of our success in our endeavors in the world, and your success in your endeavors, has moved to and is now largely dependent upon what we're able to accomplish online. We now operate in a vastly interconnected world, and we're never going to go back. Core truth number 2, in that vast online world, real people make all the decisions. They are the driver of everything that happens or everything that doesn't happen. The interactions between humans and their devices, their panels of glass, are the determinants of our success or our failure. Core truth number 3, the fundamental challenge of HCI, of human-computer interactions and making them work for you, is the fact that all of that human activity is invisible. We can't see what users are doing with our interactive programs at any given moment. We can't see the source of our success because it's all hidden. Truth number 4, we all experience, in many cases to a large extent, some mix of agony and anticipation, disappointment and desire about our online results. We invest considerable time, effort, money, and honestly our own personal credibility in these online programs. But for reasons we can't explain, they don't meet expectations. They fall short, they miss their goals, sometimes by a lot. And again, the causes are hidden. Core truth number 5. Through the study of HCI, of human-computer interactions, all that your users attempt with your online systems can be made visible and can be made to work to their benefit and therefore to yours as well. I have 20 years of studying and applying this art and science, and I can show you how to make these principles work for you. The online industry has largely neglected this approach, so much of this will be new for you. Now that you have a sense of the role and the importance of HCI, I want to go into these 5 truths in more detail and explain more about why they're important and how they affect you and how we'll cover them here in this workshop. First, again, core truth number 1. Our success in our endeavors in the world and your success in your endeavors has moved to the online world and is dependent upon what we're able to accomplish in that online world. To put all this in perspective and realize what's possible here, let's zoom up to 10,000 feet and examine what's happening in our world today, in your world today, with all of these billions of people and how they behave online. You know, it's truly amazing what happens between man and machine, between humans and their interactive panels of glass, all across the world. The internet, all these interactive devices and the human-computer interface have all become central, all-consuming phenomena that have now inserted themselves into virtually every aspect of our lives. Business, education, entertainment, health, navigation, music, shopping, commerce, games, sports, hobbies of every kind. Even our most basic communication and exchange of information has been totally transformed by this global technology tsunami. Yes, the world has truly become vastly internetworked. It all continues to grow insanely fast and get more complex. And not only the volume of usage, transactions, and interactions is exploding, but also the type, the quality, and the depth of those interactions as well. So much of what we do is now done through all these computing devices. Look around. Look at yourself. How many of us spend our days with our faces buried in our little panels of glass? The glass on our desktop, the glass on our laptops and our tablets, and the glass on the smartphones in our pockets. But it's not the glass that's important. It's what we put behind the glass. It's what you put behind the glass. Your business, your products and services, your messages and offers, whatever operations or endeavors or programs that you are trying to insert into the global population and put behind those panels of glass is what's important. Never before in the history of the human race have we had the ability to instantly transmit stories, news, information, ideas, needs, products, solutions all around the world, and to aim them precisely at specific groups or individuals. Let's take a look at this photo of Times Square in New York City. For all these people that you see in the picture, how many of them have interactive panels of glass in their pockets or their purses or their backpacks? Virtually all of them, I would bet. Is there any realm where this technology is not central? What portion of your success in business or whatever you're involved in relies on that unseen, invisible, mysterious interplay of humans and technology? So, come with me into the workshop and we'll get closer to all those users out there in the world. Some of those people there in Times Square, New York City, at this very moment, might be your customers or your prospects or your potential audience. They are an excellent representation of the users in the world and all those panels of glass that they all carry around. All right, let's look at truth number 2. Interactions between humans and their interactive panels of glass determine our success or failure. I'll say this throughout the program. This is all about the users. These humans and every one of their individual decisions are behind every online action, every online event, and every outcome that you hope to realize. This includes every online program that you can imagine: social media, websites, apps, email, online catalogs, e-commerce, content marketing, search engines, and all the rest. The online industry and all the consultants and gurus and schools, vendors, and virtual programs that are out there offer considerable learning, tools, help, products, and honestly, a lot of user communities for these millions of webmasters, business people, professionals, web designers, and countless other specialists, and you may be one of them. But all of those resources rarely mention the importance and the power of learning how human behavior drives all the services and skills, all the platforms and tools that they offer. Here's a vivid example for you. I went to the top 7 online marketing forums. These are these vast web-based communities and knowledge centers that serve millions of professionals just like you. None of those online communities mention the true source of all the activity that happens in the tools and the services and the products that they're providing. None of them really focus on the users. So let's keep that in mind. That one's really important. Okay, core truth number 3. All that user behavior that we talked about is invisible. The source of our success is hidden. The key here is to make it visible. What percentage of people, organizations, and businesses has some online presence that's critical to their success? And therefore, what portion of their success is based entirely on that human-computer interface and a continual massive flow of man-machine interactions happening 24/7 all the time that they know little or nothing about? I would propose that in our busy lives today, in all the activity in the world, right here, right now, as you review this material, there is no realm so overwhelmingly pervasive that drives so much of what goes on across this planet at any given moment that we know so little about. And let's be very clear. We may know a great deal about what we've put behind the panels of glass, and we might know a great deal about how they should work with users. But we don't know what's actually happening in this moment, in every moment, as users stare into the glass and attempt to do things useful and meaningful for them. For all of the endeavors that people pursue across the globe that rely on the human-computer interchange with their users, do they know if their systems have the absolute requirements for user success? Do they know? Do you know? This HCI workshop and the Human Computer Mastermind Academy are designed to solve those problems, to bring it all out of the shadows. What I'm going to show you can and should be applied systematically, scientifically, repeatedly to any online discipline and any interactive system that touches real users. If you don't apply this, you'll be shooting in the dark, rolling the dice, and potentially wasting your online investments. The hard truth in all of this is that our best designs, our best plans and ideas don't matter unless they matter to a lot of the people we intend them for. And don't you want to find out Don't you want to know if they matter or not? Don't you want to find out if you're even close? Because then, if you're close with some minor tweaks, you have a shot at greater success. Okay, core truth number 4. Too often, our online endeavors fall short. They miss their mark. They don't reach their goals, and sometimes by a lot. That can be agonizing. How many of us in the world today, professionals, technicians, artists, teachers, entrepreneurs, business people, marketers, whoever you happen to be, how many of us are trying to connect with other people through that glass, presented as the user interface, the app, and the user experience? For those of you that are putting yourselves out there behind those panels of glass, the huge frustration that can border on agony is that these people, these users, aren't doing what you want or expect or need them to. Your success, your livelihood, even your reputation is based on them engaging and acting in some way. The worst part is when they don't engage, when they don't act, is you don't know why, because you can't see what they're doing, and most of us don't really know how to find out. We don't know how to make it visible. This workshop and the Mastermind Academy that follows are specifically designed to alleviate that agony that we all know so well. The methods and the approaches are based on decades of research with real clients, real systems, and thousands of real users. Okay, last truth, core truth number 5. The art and science of human-computer interactions is the answer to these challenges. I can show you how. Within all of these challenges, my intent is to share with you this entire, as I mentioned, somewhat neglected domain on how to do the right thing in ways that will have a clear, immediate, and measurable impact on your business and, honestly, your life. Most people have not even considered, much less explored and optimized this realm to any degree. The diagram at the right is a roadmap that I'll use to guide you through the discovery of how this whole process works so you can learn the best and the proven and the most current answers to this whole interactive world. In this workshop, I will sometimes refer to the big boys: Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Twitter, Microsoft, HP. They practice these types of principles all the time. They have from the start. That's a big part of why they're big. And though the online industry has neglected this, there's a good chance that some of your competitors are catching on to the importance of this powerful science. Now that we've covered the 5 truths, let me tell you about this workshop, what it is and what it does. Think about how often and how well users engage that interface that you put in the world, and whether they engage it at all. That directly determines how successful you are in your endeavors online. This is true for the web, apps, software, social media, or any other digital interface. Clearly, as I've described, our online programs are central to our success in the world today. Less clear is precisely how those invisible human dynamics determine what happens online. Now, with this workshop and my HCI Mastermind Academy, you'll have the opportunity to discover a new and rigorous recipe for removing the fog and making the online world work for you. Since you're here, you've clearly decided that you intend to do the right thing for yourself, for your company and colleagues, and most importantly, for your users, for your customers, and for your prospects. With the Human-Computer Mastermind Academy and the system that's included, I teach professionals who own or create customer-facing, market-facing online programs. This is a chance for you to master the best methods for revealing and optimizing human-computer interactions with your users. As I mentioned, I've done this for the last 20 years all around the world with corporations, small business, creative agencies, independent professionals, individuals and hobbyists, nonprofits, and many others. This real-world, real-time, real people user experience methodology is proven to help anyone advance virtually any online goals or outcomes. And the workshop is designed to help you do just that. The workshop includes a comprehensive, innovative research process, an extensive professional learning platform, and an intensive online training program. I will guide you and your team, if you want them to participate, through a thorough assessment and analysis of your user-facing systems. And The Mastermind Academy offers much more than learning. It's a hands-on, show you how, walk you through your own programs and systems to rethink, rework, retune it all for greater success. The potential here is greater success, better outcomes for your endeavors, and ultimately more income, along with all the associated personal and professional benefits that help you be an effective entrepreneur, marketer, business owner, or artist. You'll end up serving your world better. You will get better as a professional as you discover how to rock what you do online. Here's how it works and how it will help you turn this pervasive, worldwide human-computer set of dynamics to your own advantage. What you're about to see is an introduction and an orientation to an extensive and comprehensive set of programs, modules, activities, lessons, resources, tools, processes, and methods. In a larger sense, this is an exploration of the full range of human-computer interactions, and at a practical level, it's about understanding users and how they interact with your online programs. It'll show you the key emotional, cognitive, and motivational aspects of online human behavior to help you better understand how to truly connect with buyers and users. From those basics, I'll then also reveal how to master more advanced approaches to get you to the next level. The e-workshop provides extensive, in-depth how-to that you can dive into deeply or sample and use as much as you need to. In this process of laying out a roadmap to online success, I've organized all of this into 4 sets of dynamics. First, the human as your users and customers, the computer as what you put behind the panels of glass that these humans are using, the interaction between the humans and their computers, there's this mysterious relationship between man and machine, and finally, the specific techniques and artful approaches to conducting a process of inquiry that'll make it all visible and actionable. Within these 4 sections on humans, computers, interactions, and the methods of inquiry, I'll reveal 11 different unifying principles and practices about the art and science of HCI. These are the bedrock, the foundation of everything that I offer or anything that you might consider in your online connections with the world. These 11 principles will capture the art of masterful human-computer interaction design and implementation. The first 7 principles are found here in this workshop, and the other 4 I provide in a bonus at the end. More about that bonus later, but you'll definitely want to check that out, because it reveals and describes 4 fascinating and honestly rather new aspects of HCI. With the knowledge contained in that bonus and the tools in the workshop, you'll get a jump on the future and your competition. With this workshop and then the online Mastermind Academy that it introduces, I'll also show you and your team how these dynamics work and how to improve your results, meet your goals, and enhance your professional credibility. And I'll show you how to reinvent and tune all these interactions for the benefit of your users and ultimately yourself. Getting masterful at who you are and what you do online will, of course, deliver better outcomes. Those results are reward enough, but this is about more than that. Simply being more masterful and skilled and wise may be the greater personal and professional satisfaction. And depending on where you are in your creative journey, the greatest possible satisfaction of all. Your capacity to discern the finer elements of your art and your work and how that power colors your self-respect and the respect that you earn from others will feel like an upgrade to how you function in the world. As I often teach, all that you learn here is guided and informed by the enhanced respect and regard you're able to impart to those you serve. This is even more vivid and valuable when being better produces better results for your business, for your customers and colleagues, and as greater success provides you more recognition, rewards, and security as a professional. I know that I want to operate at a higher level. That's what the Mastermind Academy and this workshop are all about. I've worked hard the last 20 years to learn about you and realize a deeper, clearer understanding of how to help you to build an appreciation of your challenges, your interests, your needs and limitations, and to learn how all that fits into the narrative and flow of your life. The opportunity to experience new knowledge, insight, and clarity about you is what drives me and motivates me. And because I know that drive to understand and become masterful drives everyone, that's the opportunity you have as well. That's the whole point of the Mastermind Academy. I hope you enjoy this workshop, and I hope you find it helpful, informative, and practical. Keep in mind there's a lot more coming. In a few weeks, I'm going to release a follow-on series of free webinars and tools with a lot more. So stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to download the bonus at itstheusers.com/bonus. Thank you.